Hello everyone, welcome to Innovation Root Studio. And today I'm very glad to have Mr. Madhav Bhadra with us, who is the CEO of AQM Technologies. Hi Madhav, how are you?
Hello.
Thank you for joining us in our Madhav. Businesses are required to move forward, and as a leader, how you can set priorities for reinvention and be future ready.
So, see, reinvention or innovation, it is not one-time activity or one-time strategy or maybe one-time budgets that an organization can set for. Reinvention and renovation in today's world is a continuous need. What was true yesterday is not true today, and what is true today will not be true tomorrow. So, you have to continuously keep changing. Setting up budget for one time or setting up priority for one time or setting up entire organization culture for one time is not going to work. It's a continuous, it's every day that you have to live with the change, and this can happen only by setting a right culture in an organization, a culture for innovation, a culture for inventions, a culture for change, culture for flexibility. That only can make today's organization successful on continuous sustainable basis. It's like it's like it's like uh, setting up a fitness goal. So if you say that I will just reduce my weight and just go for 3 months of gymming, that's not going to help if you stop after that. Fitness is a daily routine, fitness is a daily culture, right? And you have to do gym every day. You have to continue doing it if you want to survive and remain fit forever. Again, in organization, you cannot say that only top management should think about invention, or only particular division should, research and development division should take care of invention. And everybody in organization, if they think that they have to innovate, they have to do better than yesterday, then it becomes an organization, a full culture, right? Comprehensive culture which everyone is adopting. Like I gave you example of gymming. If you say that I just work on one muscle, that's not going to give you fitness. The entire body has to work, right? Every muscle has to be used, and that has to be done on continuous basis. Then you remain fit and you can face challenges for future.
So now that we are evolving, but we cannot ignore the fact that older mindsets are still present and maybe valid. What is your view on it?
Old is gold till the time it is contextual. If it loses contextual value, then it is no more a gold. But at the same time, as an organization, one should be aware that remaining too much in future or investing too much in future where there is no market demand at the moment, probably, right? That also is not going to give business. You may have some innovative product which is, let us say, 5 year in the future, and there is no market for that. I'm not saying that one should not invest in future. I'm also not saying that one should always rely on the past, right? But past or future which is sellable or which can bring cash to the organization, right, should be used in a contextual mix. Those past products, thoughts, people, processes which are not producing anything for today, right, for survival of the organization, for the growth of the organization, they need to be done away with. But those past, they are experiences as well. They need to be used in context. The experience needs to be used for directing for the future. And the future innovation should be such that has market, that has, so there can be two markets again. Where if you are creating a market, then you need that cash to create the market. But if you are doing incremental innovation, then it should be ahead of the crowd, right? instead of too much in future where your organization is not able to generate cash. So past is obviously relevant. It is an experience which helps us in shaping the future, and future to the level you are able to bring cash in an organization is something which a right mix of the gold thoughts of past or gold products processes of past and the future should be adopted.
Very interesting. Madam, how a business leader can ensure that the organization is heading in the right direction?
I mean, these are a couple of parameters one can look for. If your products are on the right direction and if your customers are happy, obviously you will do more business and growth. So growth percentage, whether you are able to hit the growth percentage as per predictions or not. One very important point is attrition rate is also one of the good indicator to know whether organization is right positioned and going in right direction or not, because people keep looking for right jobs and futuristic jobs. They are also worried about their survival in future. So if they find that organization is not going to survive, it's a collective intelligence actually you get. When you see attrition percentage is too high, one need to analyze, is it because your product mix is not right and people don't want to get associated with you because they have an estimates that this may not survive. This is just one indicator. That does not mean that attrition rate is the only indicator, but attrition rate is one of the very key indicator to say whether the people are able to associate their future with the organization's future or not, right? And on profit and loss account, obviously the growth percentage, profit percentage. If your customer, if you are lucky enough to have honest customer bunch, then uh, feedback of customer is, in fact, feedback of customer is one of the most important uh, indicator. If you are not on right direction, there will be couple of customers who will tell you that this product is now reaching to its end, right? And there will be some customer who would be prepared to partner with you for innovating the products, for innovating the solutions, right? So yeah, the customer feedback, growth percentage, attrition rate, these are a couple of indicators which actually tells you whether you are on a right direction or not.
Can you highlight some of the quality assurance challenges and solutions for it?
So the challenge at the moment in quality assurance uh, area is the lack of comprehensive solution which focus on the end customers. If you look at quality, you and me, when we use some of the systems, let us say banking system, we feel a quality experience, or we feel good if uh, the application is reliable, you are able to transact it fast, right? If you feel secure when you are working with the application, you feel that okay, my money is safe when I'm putting password, when I'm giving personal information, it's not going to be stolen, or it's not going to be misused. So reliability of application, speed of the application processing, security of my personal information, all these things gives me an experience that I am using a quality software, I mean UX design, a lot of other parameters. But it's not one parameter that only working application should be there. It's a bunch of various parameters and a comprehensive solution, right? A lack of comprehensive solution is something an issue. The organization, right, the customer organization also have compartments where one compartment look for functionality of the system, other compartment look for the performance of the system, third compartment look for security of the system, and then this compartmental and divisional approach sometimes result into not a good experience for end customer, right? So quality has to be looked from end customer perspective. At AQM in our organization, we have a comprehensive solution. Whenever we think of quality, we think of end customer, a happy customer, right? In fact, our brand commitment is happy testing. Happy testing means that creating a happy customer. If customer, the system user, creating a happy system user. If system user is happy, obviously the IT team, the CIO of the bank or trading institution, financial institution, they will be happy. If my customer is happy, my people will be happy, right? And if my people are happy, they'll produce more. My stakeholders will be happy. So generating a reliable, efficient, and secure system, right? Or ensuring a reliable, safe, and scalable system generates an happiness, a happy customer. And this happy customer is something which we promise as our brand promise, right? And a comprehensive solution basket for functional testing, for performance testing, for mobility testing, for security testing, all put under single umbrella and ensure happy customer journey on the application. This is what our brand philosophy is. So yes, the solution for quality assurance is to have a unified approach and staying focused on end customer, happy end customer.
Madhav, we know you lead an organization, and we would want to know that what are the biggest challenges you had to overcome as a leader?
AQM, we started with 3 people, and today we are around 1,000 people size of company. From day one till today, if I analyze, the largest single problem that we have always faced is scarcity of talented people. Because when you have plans, when you have growth plans, when your organization is growing, your products are increasing, your geographies are increasing, you need more and more talented people along with you, right? By the time you search and stabilize the structure, your organization has again moved to a new growth phase and you need more talent. So if I look at, if I tell you one single challenge, that is the scarcity of talent. Even after, it's not like, when initially we thought because we were very small, that's why we are facing that challenge of attracting talent. But that's not the case. In fact, now when we are able to attract sufficient talent, hunting that right talent who can deliver the organizational objective, and then I would not say that the talent is, people calling themselves talented are available, okay, but the right talent for the growth of an organization is definitely in scarcity. So I mean, our mantra goes that talent has to be acquired and retained at any cost.
So, finally, coming to the most important question, Madhav, how do you measure your success as a leader?
Though my stakeholders, my shareholders, they measure the success obviously in terms of profitabilities and growth, but I have always seen a success of an organization is on the basis of delivering promises, staying on your words. So, like our brand philosophy or brand commitment is happy testing, generating happiness through testing, right? Is something which we have committed our customers to deliver, is something which we have committed our employees to deliver, right? Now, if you look at my customer satisfaction ratio, we have 98% retained customers since last 20 years. Once a customer is always a customer for us. So 98% customer retention cannot come without a satisfied customers. So that is one of the major boost or motivation factor or success factor, I would call it, for my career, that I am able to generate 98% satisfied customers. There is one interesting thing we do in our organization. We also measure happiness quotient of our employees. So in year 1920, our happiness quotient was 72%. So obviously there is a method through which, a statistical method which we deploy. We also take help of some external consultant to see to it that the measurements is objective enough, and all subjectivity is taken care of or are eliminated. So this 72% of happiness quotient is something which I feel that is what an organization is delivering to its employees. We have targeted for 80% in the year 2021. So if I put my measurements of success, 98% satisfied customers and 72% happiness quotient for my employees. I will not say 72% happy employees, because that does not mean 28% is unhappy. As a person, I am 72% happy, kind of a thing. So everyone is measured, and the quotient is 72%.
It was amazing to hear your thoughts, Madhav. Thank you for sharing your experience and your insights with us. And we look forward to hear more from you. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Thank you for inviting us.